Oh my gosh.
Jane was outside, like leaving, like heard shouts and stuff.
Dude, I walk this way every day.
Hey, are you home? Okay, good. Apparently just...
He's doing a good job. He's in great shape. And I'm not sure he didn't come in first on the whole conditioning thing. He was right up front. You can see he's been working out. You saw him yesterday on the long one where he had the burst, and so he's doing a nice job. He's worked hard to get to this spot here.
Travis Kelce is doing the absolute most, and we're eating it up like Taylor at a Chiefs tailgate. First up, chaos hit the NFL headquarters after a terrifying shooting turned Park Avenue into a crime scene. And then boom, Kelce makes his Hollywood debut in Happy Gilmore 2, slinging jokes and stealing scenes like it's game day.
What is this? What is this? Was this about the job? Come on.
Meanwhile, Andy Cohen stirred the Swiftie pot by grilling Matty Healy's mom on live TV. Classic Andy.
Miss Swift wrote a whole album about their relationship, Tortured Poets Department. What was your reaction to that album?
And don't worry, our favorite tight end isn't just Taylor's boy toy. The man's putting in real leadership work at Chiefs camp. And finally, the Tayvis love story might just be heading for endgame because insiders say the future's looking more I do than just vibing. What started out as just another weekday evening in Manhattan turned into straight-up chaos at 345 Park Avenue, aka the nerve center of the NFL. That's the swanky high-rise HQ where the league's top brass sit around planning the next big play for fan engagement and money moves. But no one could have imagined the horror that was about to unfold in that glass tower when a 27-year-old from Vegas rolled in with more than just attitude. He brought an AR-15. According to insiders, this guy, Shane Tamura, strolled into the building like he was on a mission from hell and started letting off rounds during the post-work rush. He ended up slaying 5 people, including a police officer, and injuring 6 more. Tamura wasn't just a random attacker either. Turns out he used to be a pretty big deal on the football field back in the day. There's a clip making the rounds showing him doing his thing in high school, scoring touchdowns like a boss. Somewhere along the line, though, the fame clearly didn't stick. He ended up a casino security guard in Vegas, and now he's the center of a full-on federal investigation.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Jane was outside, like leaving, like heard shouts and stuff.
Dude, I walk this way every day.
Hey, are you home? Okay, good. Apparently just...
Notice that might have been off the distance and where my photographer John Miles is focusing on his camera right now. But it wouldn't be surprised if there are crowds and they're walking around, assessing the scene and just being of assistance to.
And sources tell Fox that includes 2 officers, one reportedly dead. Sources also say the gunman shot himself on the 30th.
Sources say he took the elevator to the 33rd floor, home to Rudin Management's offices, and just kept firing. One poor soul didn't make it out alive before Tamura turned the gun on himself. Meanwhile, Blackstone employees on the lower floors were flipping furniture and filing cabinets to block doors, while the NFL crew was shoved into lockdown mode. Goodell himself emailed staff later, giving the go-ahead to work from home or take time off, especially since one of their very own may have been hit near the lobby. Cops found Tamura's Nevada-plated car parked nearby, fully stocked with more ammo and another weapon, hinting he might have been gearing up for something way worse. No official motive yet, but people are whispering about past mental health struggles. Meanwhile, somewhere far away from that madness, Travis Kelce is living his best, most rom-com meets sports movie life. And not just on the field, the man just dropped his acting debut in Happy Gilmore 2 and threw himself a little Hollywood-style celebration with his Kansas City Chiefs bros. Yep, instead of dodging linebackers, Kelce was slinging lines like Blueberry Jubilee in a full-blown Netflix comedy, and honestly, he crushed it. The Chiefs rolled up to a private screening hosted by the man himself, and let's just say the vibes were peak off-season chaos, in the best way possible. Picture a bunch of 6'5" dudes in sweats, downing popcorn and pizza, howling with laughter while one of their own mugs it up as a clueless waiter on screen. Travis, of course, couldn't help but repeat his now iconic line, probably 5 too many times, but hey, when you've got comedic timing and biceps like that, who's gonna stop you? And he didn't do it alone. His dad, Ed Kelce, even popped up for a cameo, looking like he's been waiting his whole life for a walk-on with Sandler. Jason Kelce, always the supportive older bro with chaotic uncle energy, posted the ultimate fanboy moment on Insta, hyping the photo of Ed, Travis, and Adam Sandler like it was a Super Bowl ring. He even joked that this sequel was the highlight of his childhood dreams, and for once, it had nothing to do with football or beer. As for Taylor, oh, she's all in. Called the movie a must-watch, slapped it with a 13 out of 10, and basically fangirled like the rest of us. Sources say she watched it more than once and keeps quoting Kelce's waiter line like it's Shakespeare. Meanwhile, somewhere in the WWHL studio, Andy Cohen's poking the bear like it's his full-time job. And by bear, we mean Matty Healy's mom. Yep, Cohen straight up asked Denise Welch about the Tortured Poets department like he was asking about brunch plans, not the emotional fallout from a Swiftie-coded Heartbreak album. And when fans online came for him like, "Andy, bro, why'd you do that?" his response was basically, "Why not, babes?"
On that topic, Miss Swift wrote a whole album about their relationship, Tortured Poets Department. What was your reaction to that album?
Now, Denise didn't exactly spill the tea, but she definitely poured a lukewarm cup. She laughed it off, joked that she was glad not to be Taylor's mother-in-law, and tossed in a nothing against her, but that whole thing was tricky kind of vibe. You could hear the audience inhale like they'd all just bitten into a lemon. But to be fair, Denise had a point. Taylor gets to write cryptic lyrics about her exes, and everyone else has to play the silent game or risk being trampled by glittery internet dragons.
Obviously, on pain of death, can I talk about that episode? But not being her mother-in-law is a role that I'm glad that I lost. Not that I have anything against her at all.
Okay.
It was just, it was tricky. But listen, you're not allowed to say anything, and then she writes a whole album, about.
And let's not forget the real MVP of this whole awkward tea party, Matty Healy. Apparently he's chillin'. Dude's moved on, engaged to model Gabriella Bechdel, and acting like the Swift era was just a weird fever dream from 2023. He's telling the world he's totally fine with the album, smiling through the lyrical jabs like a true rock star / survivor of lyrical warfare. Oh, and remember when he once said dating someone more famous would be emasculating? Yeah, that quote aged like a warm tuna salad. He later walked it back, saying he was taken out of context, not a misogynist, just occasionally an idiot. Which, let's be honest, is all of us at some point. And speaking of occasionally being an idiot, Travis Kelce almost made the mistake of retiring after that Super Bowl smackdown from the Eagles. But guess what? He hit pause on the pity party, hit play on a Boca Raton glow-up montage, and came back looking like a Greek god who moonlights as a tight end. Word on the field is, he's svelte. Yep, Coach Reed basically called him a walking fountain of youth, saying Kelce rolled into camp looking like he time-traveled from his rookie year.
Yeah, he's svelte right now. It looks like he's 20.
Apparently our Blueberry Jubilee slinging king ditched the Pop-Tarts and went full beast mode this offseason. Personal trainer? Check. Sweat-soaked Florida workouts? Check. Dramatic weight loss rumors? Also check. But Kelce's denying that 25-pound gossip, saying it's more about focus and less about counting calories. Either way, the man's outrunning his teammates like he's training for Fast and Furious Arrowhead Drift. Coach Reed's grinning like a proud dad, and Mahomes is hyping him like a backstage hype man. With the season kicking off in Brazil and a Week 2 rematch against the Eagles, all eyes are on Kelce, both for the gains and the game.
He's doing a good job. He's in great shape. And I'm not sure he didn't come in first on the whole conditioning thing. He was right up front. You can see he's been working out. You saw him yesterday on the long one where he had the burst, and so he's doing a nice job. He's worked hard to get to this spot here.
And speaking of gains, Kelce isn't just flexing those biceps for the gram. He's turning into the Chiefs' official Zen master at training camp. Picture this. One moment he's running crisp routes like he's trying to dodge Taylor's exes, and the next he's dropping Yoda-level wisdom on rookies who still think blocking is something you do on Instagram. Travis is all in this year, not just as the Chiefs' tight end, but as the team's tight-minded mentor. While half the squad's still Googling how to survive camp, Kelce's guiding young bloods through blitzes, playbooks, and existential crises. And let's not ignore Noah Gray, the once fresh-faced hopeful who now looks like he's been taking daily notes from the Book of Kelce. Apparently, Gray's game has leveled up big time, and insiders are crediting it to Kelce's behind-the-scenes pep talks and that grit over glitz mentality. It's not flashy leadership either. No dramatic speeches or chest-thumping here. Just Travis peering over your shoulder mid-drill and casually tweaking your stance like, "Yo, bro, bend the knee like this." Subtle, smooth, but super effective. He's even helping guys recognize defensive schemes faster than Taylor spots a fake friend. And while Kelce's still cracking dad jokes in the locker room and probably planning another rom-com worthy Insta drop, his mentorship is dead serious. Teammates say the dude doesn't just play like a legend, he teaches like one too. It's no surprise Coach Reid's already calling him the locker room glue, while Mahomes just nods every time Kelce opens his mouth like it's gospel. Which brings us to the real game Kelce is winning off the field, Love Bowl 2025. So while he's molding rookies into warriors, he's also clearly busy crafting something serious with his Queen Tay. Yep, insiders are whispering that Travis and Taylor aren't just cuddling up on Insta for the aesthetic. These two have been talking future, like where do you see yourself in 5 years kind of convos, not just should we DoorDash or Uber Eats levels of commitment. And the proof? That Insta drop on July 24th wasn't just your average soft launch. This was the announcement. Kelce went full rom-com leading man with a 13-pick carousel, and let's just say Taylor was in more than half of them. That's not random. That's Travis telling the internet I am him and she is her. The internet lost it, obviously. Fans went full detective mode, zooming in on every pixel. Matching hats on a boat? Check. Coordinated black fits like they just walked out of a spy movie premiere? Check. And that cheeky phone lock screen cameo of the two of them? Game over. If that ain't love in 4K, we don't know what is. And apparently, this wasn't a spontaneous thirst trap either. Kelce meant to post it. Sat down, picked the pics, chose the caption, kept it 100, and gave the green light. No pressure, no drama, just real grown-up vibes. Insiders say the pair are locked in, synced up, and moving forward like a couple who have already mentally picked out dog names and Pinterest kitchen aesthetics. He makes her feel safe, she makes him laugh till he drops the football. Honestly, it's giving wholesome power couple energy. They're just vibing in their own lane, living their best lives, and casually rewriting what celeb relationships are supposed to look like. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.